We bring greetings of peace, of love, and of blessing unto each of you. This is the Queen Mother Kradin, and I come to you with the weekly address. There was a few things that we would like to go over with you today. First of all, we would like to explain to you the reason why we have the weekly address. As we have stated before, we have sponsors, we have many people that help us uh, in many of the projects that we are working on, especially when it comes to the children education, when it comes to the Clean Water Act, and many other projects that we undertake for the year. And therefore, we have made it a public domain when it comes to explaining what we have done for the week, the progress that we have been blessed to achieve, and many other things, endeavorments that we are doing for that week. We like to keep the public posted. So, with that being said, we would like to say thank you to each of you for your support. For those of you that even pray for us, we appreciate it. We appreciate each person that supported us in the unity meeting. Some of you could not make it to the unity meeting, but you show your support in many other ways. Therefore, we are so very thankful. As I had stated before, I am not going to be doing the weekly address every week. Um, the week last week we had someone from San Diego, Chile, to come with you with the weekly address, and we had someone from the British of Columbus the week before that. But nevertheless, there would always be a weekly report. What we would like to report today is that money was sent to the village and Zimbabwe for the teachers that had not received their salary. We are very thankful for that they have been put on a salary. We are thankful that our management office has been put on a regular salary. We are also thankful to report that school supplies have been shipped. And I would say this along with that even though the school supplies were shipped, we have to give ourselves, the post office said, within 15 to 30 days um, before some of the shipment arrive. So if we are going to send to you a package um, that is going to be shipped to some of the areas as a whole in general, we ask each person to please give us the right amount of information that is necessary because that makes it easy on our end to make sure the packages are shipped and that everything arrives safe and sound. And some of those that had been receiving the DNA kit from the Ancestor DNA Data Program, many of you um, gave us addresses that for some reason the DNA kits were shipped back to us. We always put a return address on the top of the envelope. So therefore some of those kits was returned back to us. So we ask that you please make sure that before you um, write down your address, especially that zip code, because sometimes you can get the address wrong, but the zip code is extremely important. Make sure that you double check over and over the zip code, the address. If there is apartment number, please put the apartment number on it. I know with the apartments, sometimes the mailman have to go inside the apartment and deliver the package. And sometimes packages can become lost because they have so many different apartments. units inside of some of the duplexes. So we do ask that you please put the apartment number. Let us know if it is a apartment, and then put the apartment number. Like if you live in apartment A, B, or C, or if you live in apartment 1, 2, or 3, we would greatly appreciate if you put that down. We had a few that was inside of housing units, and they had different numbers or codes on them. And when you fail to put that information down, then it's going to be sent out to you, and then it's going to be returned back to us, and then we're going to be put in a position where we have to wait sometimes 1 to 2 weeks before we can send it back out, because we wait for you to send that correct address to us. So we do appreciate that you have taken the time to double check your address, your zip code, to make sure that it goes to the proper address the first time. That is greatly appreciated. Um, Also, we became aware of the fact that some of the applications had not yet been notarized. So we do ask of you to please make sure that once you receive the application, because it is not a very big application, it is indeed a small application. So we ask of you to please, once you do the application, we ask that you please take it to your local notary and you get it notarized. Now, of course, uh, different areas, different countries, different cities, states, pavilions, uh, they're going to charge different prices. So if the notarized is very high and expensive for you to get your letter notarized, we ask that you please let us know. Contact Lady B and let her know that there is a problem with paying for the application to be notarized, and then we could work with you on that. So um, we could either reimburse you, or either we can make sure that that money is sent to you, um, so you can have it notarized. But one thing that we cannot do, we cannot skip getting it notarized altogether. That has happened 1 or 2 times, and we was told by our president of the organization that we cannot do that again. So therefore, we are going to make sure that we innovate that information to you. That even though we cannot skip when it comes to the DNA kits, we cannot skip you um, being notarized, but we can indeed make sure that we reimburse you if it's going to cost quite a bit of money. So let me talk on that very briefly if I can. What that means when I say we reimburse you, we are paying for the kit, of course. We are paying to have your DNA taken, and we are also saying that if it is a high price, like we had people to move from one country to another country, and the new country that they moved to, that we had to send the kit to, and they had to have the letter notarized. That particular country charged as high as $100 or $200. So we would reimburse that. Excuse me, we will reimburse that for you. But we're not going to reimburse the 15 or 10, 15 or $20 unless it is under extreme circumstances. Then each application will be looked at um, on the basis of its condition and the person that needs to be in it done. Because we want to make sure that each person that wants to be tested are tested. Also, um, with the DNA data program, before we move along to the next course of information, I would like to also say, keep in mind that if you want to, when your kit arrives, we can only ask you to please videotape it, and when when you videotape it, we would appreciate it because we are putting together a documentary, and it helps uh, to have it done. But we cannot force you or say to you that this is something you have to do. But we do ask if you are going to take your test. It doesn't matter if you're scribbling in the drawers or if you're spitting, because some of the DNA you're going to spit in a small tube, some of it you scribe in your mouth. But either way, we ask if you would please um, videotape it if you want to. If you don't, that is fine with us. Moving right along with the other cause of information, as always, we would like to report for over 30 some years, um, we have worked with victims of domestic violence, and for over 22 years, we have provided them with shelter, food, and clothing, and their children with education. So, those of you that have supported Queen Mother and this great work, I greatly appreciate you. And I would like to say thank you so much for your wonderful support. Also, we would like to say that many times a lot of people, they see the title Queen Mother and they don't understand exactly what it is. So I like to break it down and make it very simple to you. Even though my forefathers was king and queens of Africa, I would like to say that I don't believe that headship should be someone sitting upon a throne taking money or misusing their funds or their money. But Queen Mother to me is someone who takes care of underdeveloped areas and villages, children. We even take care of children in America as well as Africa, British Columbia. Uh, we take care of children that need the education. Some of these children have been raped and abused. I want to say this. We have villages where children um, go to school every morning, and when they wake up in the morning, they don't have a parent, they don't have a mother or a father because both parents are dead. Many of these parents are dead from diseases that could have been prevented if someone cared enough to go into these rural areas or these villages or some of these cities or pavilions and make a difference, pay for their doctor visits or some of their medication. So some of the parents are dead from cancer, some of them are deceased from HIV or AIDS or diabetes or diseases that can be treated and can be treated in a way that can prolong their lives. But many of these children wake up in the morning, and when they get up, they don't have a mother or father to wake up to. They don't even have grandparents because their grandparents is also deceased. Many of these children was ripped apart from their family, but even or not, even though many of those children are suffering the effect of the African slave trade because they would have great aunts and great uncles that could care for them, but they was ripped away, taken to many other countries to be slaves, and they don't even know that they have nieces and nephews or great great grandchildren that is in parts of other countries. So these are the peoples that we help every day on a regular basis. There's not a day go by. I'm going to say this. I am a very busy person. I am very busy. There's not a day go by that there's not a abused woman or child or a victim of rape or victim of child molestation or children in the villages that has a need. Even we take it for granted that children in the USA are doing fine. Many of those children are also raped and abused. They are looked over by the legal system and they call us for help. The vast amount of money that we have spent on helping these children is absolutely unbelievable. You would not believe it. It would absolutely blow your mind to think that children and women and men sometimes and people in general live like this. When you don't live like this and your children don't live like this, It is hard for you to imagine that there are real human beings that do. They suffer from sexual abuse every day. They suffer from domestic violence every day. They suffer from mental abuse every day. They suffer from hunger every day. They suffer from starvation, malnutrition, no money to buy food. I'm not talking about to buy chicken or steak or lamb meat. I'm talking about just 2 or 3 cans of food to these children or to some of these families would mean everything in the world. So we put out quite a bit of effort, money, and love into what we do. That is the hardcore fact of being a queen mother. It means that you work. You are a global public servant. If I was to take my title and was to just sum it up into a few words, it would be that Queen Mother means that I am a international global public servant. I serve the public, not just in Africa, but in many countries. We take care of many of these victims. We house them. We make sure they have homes and they have clothing, they have education, books and desks and whatever the need may call. And believe me, the need is always there. There's not a moment in my life that the need of other people have assist and have ceased to be. I cannot think of a moment since I've been doing this that I can think that there was not a need. The need is severe. So we ask each of you in your local community, we ask you to please get involved because each one of us knows someone that is suffering from abuse, from sexual abuse, or neglect, or don't just simply plain don't have money to purchase food or to purchase clothing or to buy or education a book for their children. Each one of us knows this. I've seen children lay on the ground and they use the ground as a pillow to lay their head upon. So we're asking each of you to please get involved, even in your local community, even if you are not working with us, if you are not working as a part of the Beth Audience right now, if you are not a part of our foundation, or if you're not a part of the New Life International, or if you're not a part of the Hashtag Kingdom, if you're not with me, um, it doesn't matter. We are yet asking each of you to please get involved on a local level or even on an international level. If you want to get involved on an international level, we always leave the door open and say if you don't know how or if you don't know what to do, but you want to work with victims of domestic violence or sexual crimes, or if you want to just have families that are in need or men and women and you really want to get involved with this work, I ask you to please, you cannot get to me directly, but I ask you to please contact Lady B because if you email me, my email goes directly to Lady B. So we're asking you to please, please get involved. If not with us, but with someone and make a difference in the lives of people who are suffering everywhere. Because believe me, suffering is real. It don't seem like a person can go through some of the things that the human body has suffered. Many people go through so much, it doesn't seem real. If you was to hear that story, you wouldn't believe it. Many people look at me and they see me, but I can truthfully tell you that if you knew what I've suffered in my life, there's no way that you would believe it. But it is real, it is true, and it happens every day. But I want people out there that are suffering to know that even though it happens every day, you have someone in your corner that is ready to help you, that is rooting for you, that is indeed a friend that care and understand. Because many of the people that work on our staff are people that have suffered the same in their lives. So they understand. Even though many of them have not suffered going hungry, they have suffered sexual abuse or they have suffered mental abuse of some kind of domestic violence. Many people are born into a family where they have money, but yet they have suffered abuse in other ways. So we ask you to get involved. This is Queen Mother. I have enjoyed every minute of speaking to you on the weekly address. Never forget that we are all blessed, but we can use more blessings. Peace, love, and blessings to each of you from the Bethel Federation and Foundation.